LEDs are everywhere nowadays, such that they have also become available for car headlights. It used to be that LEDs were only used for turn signals or brake lights, but the technology has advanced enough so that everyday consumers can upgrade their headlights to better than factory, brighter, safer, and longer lasting bulbs. If you're like me and many other people, you love to modify your car, and one of the things that make it look good is having white and bright daylight colored headlights, and in some cases white with a blue tint in them. Gone are the days of HIDs, or high intensity discharge kits. Now, some cons of HID kits include being a bit more cumbersome to install, as you have a ballast igniter you have to find a place to install to. HID bulbs are also under high pressure, so you have to be careful when installing, for example wearing safety glasses. And you also have to be careful not to get oil on them from your fingers. If you drop them or hit them hard enough, they will explode. HIDs also don't tend to last as long as LEDs, as you will either be required to replace the bulbs or ballast sooner. With usage, the HID bulb's output will also decrease more over time when compared to LEDs. HIDs also require a warm-up time to reach full output. Today, I'm going to install an LED low beam kit on a 2013 Dodge Journey. We wanted something with more light output, at a wider color, lasted longer, and also wanted something that didn't glare too much to oncoming traffic, and these fit the bill. To give you a comparison, normal 55 watt halogen bulbs output around 1400 lumens, while these 22 watt LEDs are around 2400 lumens. Typical 35 watt HID systems output around 3000, while 55 watt variants output around 5000 lumens. This kit came in at around $175 Canadian, including shipping, and that's with a 20% discount. They do include a couple of grommets for those of you that have a dust cap covering the back of the light bulb. These will allow you to run the wiring for these bulbs through the dust cap while maintaining proper sealing. These SMZ LED bulbs use Philips Luxeon MZ LED chips. They come in at 5000 degrees Kelvin or 6000 degrees for the color temperature. As a comparison, common 55 watt incandescent halogen bulbs run at around 2500 kelvins. These are pure plug and play bulbs, as you can see from the connector. The voltage regulator is packaged together with the wiring of the bulb. These bulbs have a 9006 or HB4 base. They do come in other base types too. You can check the vleds.com website for more info on this. That's where I purchased these. As you can see, the bulb is high quality with an aluminum base. That's the silver and black metallic parts at the base. These don't need cooling fans. That's a good thing, as the fans can wear out over time. And by running at around 25 watts, they also use less power than halogens and HIDs. These use an internal heat pipe and external cooling straps to dissipate the heat, thereby no need for active cooling from a fan. The cooling straps are made from flexible nickel-plated copper bands for better heat extraction. Before you start, you should park the vehicle perpendicular to a wall that you can project the current light pattern on. This way, after the install, you can check to see that the light pattern is similar and the aim is not affected. Use masking tape to mark the upper and lower beam pattern. Next, locate the low beam bulbs. If there are two, the outer ones are usually the low beams. You can turn the headlights on to make the determination, but note that the longer you leave them on, they will get hot, so when removing, don't burn yourself. There are tabs on the connector that can be lifted using the flathead screwdriver so that the plug can be removed. Be careful not to break the tabs. Next, rotate the bulb so that it can be removed. Remember the direction you rotated to remove, as you will have to do the opposite to install. Once removed, you can note how the bulb is positioned in the headlight unit, with the connector pointing downwards in this case. The LED bulbs have LED chips on each side. These need to be facing up and down and not left and right. So when you look at the LED bulb with the base positioned the same as the original bulb, make sure the LED chips are facing up and down. If not, you will not get good light output when installed, and you will need to rotate or index the bulb 90 degrees, which I will show next. Remove the knurled aluminum nut by unscrewing it. Slide the collar partially off, then rotate 90 degrees and slide the collar back on. If it doesn't slide in properly, try rotating 90 degrees the other way instead. It should fit easily. Replace the nut and screw back on firm but not too tight. Next, slide the LED bulb back into the headlight unit and rotate the opposite way you used to remove. Make sure you rotate the same amount. So if you took an eighth of a turn to remove, then you will need to turn it 1/8 of a turn to tighten. I used a pair of pliers with tape wrapped around the nose to tighten a little more, as I could not get a proper grip on the bulb. The tape protected the base of the bulb from getting scratched by the pliers. Be careful not to over tighten or you will damage the headlight socket. Next, spread out the heat straps as shown in the installation instructions. Make sure that they don't touch anything else in the engine bay and are away from moving parts. Also, plug in the connector. Zip tie the regulator to something firm so that it won't whip around in the engine bay. Attaching it to existing wiring is a good option. Just be careful not to damage the bulb's wiring or any other wiring in the engine bay. Also, make sure the connector is snug and not too close to any moving parts, like the accessory belt. Now repeat on the other side. Then check that the new bulbs work and the light output is more than the original bulbs. Also, the light pattern and aim should be similar. Once everything is working, cut the zip tie ends accordingly. Lastly, keep the old bulbs in a safe container where they won't get damaged and store in your trunk. If one of these bulbs ever burns out, you will have your old ones as backup. You might also want to keep a pair of pliers and a screwdriver in the trunk too to help with the replacement. I hope this has shed some light on how easy it is to upgrade your vehicle's lighting and also helped you to understand the different lighting options available. Give a thumbs up and share this video to help support this channel. This will also let me know that my content is useful, and it will also help keep more unique and interesting content coming. Thanks for watching.